This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Time now is 4:27. Thanks for joining us on this Friday morning. I'm Meredith Barrick.
And I'm Nicole Griffin. We are following a sad story this morning. A man is in critical condition after a crash involving a suspected drunk driver.
Yeah, this all happened in Madison County. That drunk driver, just 18 years old, that suspected drunk driver, that is. It happened on West State Road 32. Deputies say 18-year-old Hayden Dillard of Noblesville crossed the center line, sideswiping the car that was driven by 76-year-old James Garrett. He was airlifted to a hospital after breaking multiple bones and receiving a chest wound. So we are continuing to follow this story. Absolutely devastating for everyone involved. There's no word yet on what charges could be filed. Taking a turn now, though, boy, we've got a great forecast for this Friday, Todd.
Yeah, and soak up today for all it is worth.
Because we're going to be soaking in the next few days.
Well, not even the 2 days, probably the next 5-6 days we have storms in the forecast. So yeah, today's really the day that you need to get out and about and enjoy. It's nice and comfortable here this morning. Clear skies, nice big moon off in the western sky. We want to check that out. Full moon is officially on Monday, but it looks really impressive already. 49 in Indy right now, 46 in Zionsville, 46 in Logansport. And as we go throughout the day today, mostly sunny skies. It's very comfortable as the humidity stays low, 75 degrees. One thing you'll notice, the breeze does pick up a little bit as we get into the afternoon and evening hours. If you're heading to Jubilation, to some concerts tonight, the Indians are home. So much going on. You're in tip-top shape, and including the Italian Festival.
Exactly, and that is where our Erin Lish will be live this morning. She's going to give us a sneak peek of all the deliciousness that's about to go down. Yeah, Todd has been fasting for days now in preparation. No, I'm just kidding. But she is going to give us a look at what you can expect if you're heading to the Italian Street Fest tonight. There's always great food, obviously.
Beer,
they have the
wine.
Yeah, they have the carnival, they have music, just fun for the entire family. So she's got all those details right now. And finally, it's Father's Day this weekend. In case you forgot, it's on Sunday.
Get your presents.
And today, our Hiring Hoosiers focuses on the Fathers and Family Center. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this organization, they have helped thousands of local fathers over the past 25 years find full-time good employment. That is the goal. They want these men to succeed in the workforce because that means then they in turn succeed at home, and it makes for a happy home life. So we're going to go inside the Fathers and Family Center today for our Hiring Hoosiers. Plus, we've got plenty of news, weather, and traffic updates here to kick off your Friday morning.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
A street covered with potholes. People who live in the neighborhood are frustrated the system in place to get the traffic hazards filled isn't working for them. We're working for you to find out why.
Plus, more problems for Fairlife and Fair Oaks Farms. We're looking at the lawsuits just filed in a Chicago courtroom. It's 4:30 on your Friday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Meredith Barrick.
And I'm Nicole Griffin. Meteorologist Todd Clausen here. Todd, stepping out the door, you said comfortable. I did put the heat on in the car.
Wow. I just turned the AC off, but
it was cold.
Wow.
Well, did you turn off the AC button in your car?
Yeah.
I did that, but I didn't crank the heat on.
Only for a little bit, and then I was good.
She does have a longer commute than us, so.
Still, it's only 49 degrees. It's not that cold outside.
I knew you were going to give me a hard time.
It is comfortable. You should have just not told me. You're not going to live this one down for a little while. 49 right now in the city. As you get some of the outlying areas, we're in the 40s as well, down to 46 currently in Lafayette and Bloomington. 53 is the current temperature in Muncie, and then in and around the metro area, 47 in Fishers, 46 in Greenwood and New Pal, currently at 48. So it is really, really calm here this morning. The skies are clear. That is just reflectivity on the radar. There is no shower over there near portions of Winchester, and you notice the clouds are well back off to our west, and they will kind of gradually filter in later on this afternoon. So we'll go from completely sunny this morning to more in the way of partly cloudy skies later on this afternoon. But unlike yesterday when we struggled to warm until we got that sunshine in here late in the day, we'll warm quickly this morning, near 70 already by the noon hour, with high temperatures that eventually will climb up into the mid 70s. You will notice the breeze kick up a little bit, but all in all, it's a beautiful day. for us. You need to enjoy today because by the time we get to tomorrow, rain showers return to the forecast. More on that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Todd, thank you. Construction crews will be doing more work along I-65 this weekend.
And that means parts of the interstate will again be closed, impacting how you'll get around the city. Here's a look at the area this construction will be impacting. And this closure is different than the ones we've seen over the past month. Instead of just a weekend closure, this project will shut down parts of I-65 for a little more than 2 weeks. Starting tonight, I-65 northbound will close for about a week from 465 up to 865 on the northwest side. Crews will be repaving northbound lanes starting at 9 o'clock tonight. The closure is expected to last until July 1st. Then the southbound lanes will close for construction. INDOT says you can follow detours on both 465 and 865 to get around this work.
Here's another area that will be impacted by construction this weekend. This is I-70 at Harding Street. The eastbound lanes of I-70 between the South Split and I-465 on the west side will close at 9 tonight and stay closed through 6 Monday morning. There are also 3 other projects happening on area interstates this weekend. For a breakdown of all those construction zones, you can head on over to the RTV6 app and click on this story. It is a problem many of us encounter every day, potholes. But people in a neighborhood on the south side of Indianapolis are facing extra frustration because they can't even report the issue to the city. People who live in Greenleaf Acres near South Keystone and East Hannah Avenue say the Mayor's Action Center system will not let them report the potholes.
It keeps saying this is not their responsibility. Every one of these residents have called the Mayor's Action Center, but they can't even log the complaint because their system doesn't allow them to log the complaint.
Several times I was told, we don't live on a city street. Well, if I don't live on a city street, why do I pay city taxes? And why do they pick up our trash?
RTV6 looked into the issue for those homeowners. When trying to report the potholes using the Request Indy app, an error says the street is private and to contact the complex management associate or developer to request service. But there is no homeowners association anymore, and there hasn't been one for years. After we took that information to city officials, they said crews would fix the potholes, but a few hours later said they legally cannot because state laws don't allow them to use road funding dollars on private property. RTV6 will continue to try to find a resolution for the residents.
2 federal lawsuits are now on the books following the explosive video showing abuse of animals at one of Indiana's largest agritourism operations. The lawsuits target Fairlife Milk, which used milk from Indiana's Fair Oaks farms until last week. That's when an animal rights group first released video showing Fair Oaks workers abusing calves at the farm. The lawsuits were filed in Chicago, where Fairlife is headquartered. They accused the company of fraud for claiming their cows received extraordinary care. The lawsuits also named Fair Oaks owners Mike and Sue McCloskey, who were the co-founders of Fairlife.
A $100 million expansion is coming to the Butler University campus. It's the university's largest single investment in school history. The money will be used to renovate and expand Butler's science facilities. The project includes new high-tech classrooms and labs that mimic labs at top research companies. The first 2 phases of construction are set to start soon and will take an estimated 18 months to complete.
A flight from Indianapolis to Paris had to be diverted after a witness says a passenger started shouting and attacked members of the crew. The Delta flight from Indianapolis International Airport turned around and landed in Detroit. You can see the flight path right here. We reached out to Delta for information, and the airline confirms the flight was diverted to remove an unruly passenger.
An 8-year prison term will stand for a Vigo County man who pleaded guilty in the death of a malnourished boy with cerebral palsy. Hubert Kramer was sentenced last December, but he said his sentence was too harsh. This week, the appeals court ruled against him. The victim, 9-year-old Cameron Hoopengarner, was blind and weighed less than 15 pounds when authorities found him in February of 2017 at the Kramer home. Hubert Kramer's wife was the boy's primary caregiver. She was convicted in 2017. The Kramer's adult son and his girlfriend also pleaded guilty.
A murder investigation in Alaska leads investigators to arrest a man hundreds of miles away in New Salisbury, Indiana. Darren Schillemiller from Harrison County was arrested after prosecutors say videos and text messages asking for child porn were found on a murder suspect's phone. Federal prosecutors in Anchorage say Schillemiller contacted the Alaska murder suspect Denali Bremer, asking her to create and produce child porn and send it back to him. Police found text messages and videos on Bremer's phone where Schillemiller told the woman to sexually assault 2 minors. Federal prosecutors are connecting him in the case, charging him with production and attempted receipt of child pornography. Schillemiller is currently in federal custody and will be extradited to Alaska to face the charges.
An Oregon school employee is on leave this morning. Straight ahead, the comment she made to students that has her in hot water.
Plus, 2 oil tankers attacked in the Gulf of Oman. Straight ahead, who White House officials say is responsible for the attack. Todd.
It's a nice, comfortable morning for us here across the area with temperatures in the 40s. The good news is once the sun comes up, we'll have plenty of sunshine, and that'll help to warm us up quickly. We'll talk about your Friday and your weekend forecast coming up when Good Morning Indiana continues right here on RTV6.
Models, now with the People First warranty.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. It is 4:40. We're taking a live look outside right now at our INDOT traffic camera. This is I-65 at the North Split. Everything moving smooth here in this area.
An Oregon school employee is no longer overseeing children after allegations of racism. The employee is an instructional assistant at Linwood Elementary School in Milwaukee. One of the kids at the school says she was with a group of 5th graders at lunch when the assistant scolded them for being too loud. The assistant punished the kids by saying they were not allowed to go outside because of their behavior. That's when the student says the assistant made an unexpected and inappropriate comment.
She said that you're lucky I'm not making you guys pick cotton and clean my house, and everybody just got extremely mad about that.
In a letter to parents, the school principal announced that the staff member involved has been placed on leave while they investigate the alleged incident.
Police near Cincinnati, Ohio, pulling up what are believed to be human remains from the Ohio River. The remains were found in one of 2 cars pulled from the river. The investigation started about a month ago when a fisherman called in to report the depth finder on his boat may have found a vehicle. It's not clear if the 2 vehicles are connected. Police say they are now trying to find out more about the remains.
We have considered that a crime scene at this time. We recovered the vehicle and it has been transported to the Brown County Sheriff's Office, where we're going to do some further investigation on it, try to recover anything that may be in the vehicle, evidentiary value, and try to identify what those skeletal remains actually are.
Police say both vehicles were in the water for some time, likely years before their discovery. Investigators also say that there could be more vehicles in that part of the river.
An update now on the growing tension with Iran. The U.S. is remaining firm that Iran is responsible for the latest attacks on 2 commercial oil tankers off the coast of Iran, saying there is video to support their claim. As ABC's Elizabeth Herr reports, Iranian officials are denying any involvement in those attacks.
This morning, U.S. Central Command releasing new video showing what it claims are Iranian forces removing an unexploded mine from the hull of a Japanese tanker, along with what U.S. officials say are new pictures showing where the mines were placed. That Japanese tanker, one of the 2 vessels crippled by Iran, according to Secretary of State Mike Pompeo.
This assessment is based on intelligence, the weapons used, the level of expertise needed to execute the operation.
The crew of the Japanese tanker seen here receiving treatment from American sailors aboard the USS Bainbridge that, according to U.S. Central Command, beat an Iranian patrol boat also racing to the scene to try to get there first. An Iranian ship did recover 23 members of the other tanker that was attacked. The Iranians later showing pictures of that crew watching TV in an Iranian port city. The attacks occurred in the Gulf of Oman about 45 minutes apart, the same waterway where U.S. officials have also blamed Iran for attacking 4 oil tankers last month.
These are intended to disrupt, to drive up the global price of oil, to drive up insurance rates, which benefits Iran.
But this morning, Iran denying any involvement. The foreign minister tweeting in part, the U.S. immediately jumped to make allegations against Iran without a shred of factual or circumstantial evidence. And there are new reports this morning that crew members on the Japanese tanker saw flying objects just before the attack, suggesting the ship wasn't damaged by mines, which would contradict what the U.S. military has said. Still, a lot of questions, but the U.S. making it clear where they stand. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
2 months after the devastating fire in Notre Dame in Paris, the 850-year-old cathedral will open its doors to worshipers for the first time. A small mass will be held Saturday evening. According to the Archdiocese of Paris, only 20 to 30 people will be able to attend due to safety concerns. The mass will serve as a thank you to everyone who has supported the church since the fire. The April 15th fire destroyed the iconic spire and parts of the roof and vault. Since then, Notre Dame Foundation has received about $425 million in donations and pledges.
New York is considered the epicenter of this year's record-breaking measles outbreak, and that's largely because of ultra-Orthodox communities that resist vaccinations. The state now is taking action. Lawmakers in New York are ending religious exemptions for required vaccines. The governor signed the bill Thursday, and it took effect immediately. He calls the outbreak a public health emergency. New York joins 5 other states, including California and Arizona, in not allowing for exemptions on religious grounds. Time now is 4:45. It is chilly out there. And Todd, are we about to break a record?
I don't think we'll quite get to the record, but we are going to get pretty close here. The record low this morning is 45 degrees, set way back in 1955. We're down to 49 degrees. So if you're getting in your car, 49 degrees. If you're like Nicole, you may have to turn the heat on in your car. I don't think you probably need to have the heat, but definitely have the light jacket handy, I would say, throughout the course of the morning hours. Temperatures outside right now sit in the 40s, and the flag extended here. The Indians flag is there as well. There's a lot going on in downtown Indianapolis tonight. We have a concert at the Lawn at White River. The Indians are in town. Zubilation's down. So those are some big events within a very short distance. So make sure you give yourself some extra time. But the weather cooperates for all those outdoor events today. 49 degrees again is the current temperature. The wind is out of the west-southwest at 7. That will kind of be with us here a little bit throughout the day today, but it will not be as strong as it was yesterday. That is the good news. 46 in Crawfordsville, as well as Lafayette and Richmond. 53 in Muncie. 48. The current temperature right now as you work your way down into the Greensburg area. So we're completely clear across the area with the clouds. It's a little bit of feedback taking place on radar. There's the storms from yesterday that came through with some showers and then the rain off to our west. That holds off throughout the day today. So we just really find ourselves in a good spot here today weather-wise, and you really need to take advantage of the nice weather today, because starting tomorrow and then going all the way into next week, there will be a daily chance of showers and thunderstorms in this forecast. So 60 degrees at 9 a.m. We're close to 70 degrees already by the noon hour with sunny skies, and then into the low 70s as we head into the afternoon hours. We'll top off right around 74 to 75 degrees with just increasing clouds throughout the afternoon. So we'll go from completely sunny to what we'll call partly cloudy, but overall we're in pretty good shape. Here's your forecast for Zubilation tonight. The theme, the night in the jungle, mostly sunny at 6 p.m. And then as we start to wrap up that event or any other events, temperatures will be in the mid 60s with partly cloudy skies, but all in all should be a very, very nice evening. Last year it was so hot out there, so quite the difference. So for tomorrow, showers and storms, about 79 degrees. Sunday, better chance of storms. So as we go over to TrueCast, there are some dry hours throughout the day tomorrow. We are not looking at all-day rains, but here are the clouds increasing throughout the evening hours, and then here comes the rain for tomorrow. And we'll be dealing with showers and storms just kind of off and on throughout the entire day, and this is going to continue into Sunday. And honestly, that is going to be the weather pattern that sets up as we go into next week. You're going to notice the humidity come up as well. The temperatures will be right around 80 degrees, but there will be a daily chance of showers and thunderstorms. So find the umbrella. You're not going to need it at all times, but it's going to become your best friend, I think, as we head through this upcoming week.
All right, Todd, thank you. Let's take a live look now at our Traffic Now cameras. This is I-69 at 96th Street in Fishers. You can see there are some cars out on the roadways this morning. Taking a turn now, this is I-465 at Man Road. A little bit more traffic in that area, but no issues to report at this hour.
Target is firing back at Amazon and Walmart. They just announced today an expansion of their same-day delivery options. You'll be able to pay just under $10 to use the service. 65,000 different Target items are eligible for the program. Both Amazon and Walmart recently rolled out similar delivery services.
The Impossible Burger has some more competition. Tyson, one of the world's biggest meat producers, is introducing plant-based nuggets. It's a blend of pea protein, egg whites, bamboo, and golden flaxseed, and even has a golden crisp like a regular chicken nugget. Tyson is also introducing a blended burger patty that's both animal and plant-based. It's a combination of pea protein and Angus beef, advertised as having less calories and saturated fat than some beef burgers. The products will be sold under a new brand called Raised and Rooted.
Well, how long would you wait in line for a new amusement park ride? 1 hour, maybe 2. Well, you won't believe how long these folks waited for the newest Harry Potter ride in Orlando.
Plus, did you receive damage from the Memorial Day tornadoes? Coming up at 5, we're breaking down the new assistance available to help you recover from the storms. But first,
I'm Vinny Politan. Coming up today on the all-new Court TV, our continuing gavel-to-gavel coverage of the trial of South Carolina versus Michael Colucci. Colucci is accused in the death of his own wife. The problem for prosecutors is their own deputy coroner, their own witness who works for the state, could not determine if his wife died by accident, suicide, or by homicide. The manner of death, undetermined. So now prosecutors must convince a jury when their own witness could not figure it out. That's coming up today on the all-new Court TV.
And don't forget, you can watch the all-new Court TV live on your mobile device by visiting CourtTV.com. You're watching Good Morning Indiana. We'll be right back.
That's why the bananas look so good at Meijer.
welcome back. It is 4:54. This is a live look at I-70 east of State Road 267 near Plainfield. You can see a bit of traffic picking up in that area, but no issues on the roads this morning right now.
NASA honoring 3 of the women who made space travel possible and the movie that shared their stories with the world. The agency unveiled this new designation for the street in front of its Washington headquarters. The roadway will be known as Hidden Figures Way. The street shares its name with the best-selling book and the 2016 film that inspired the change. The book and movie tell the stories of human computers, Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Barry Jackson. Their contributions to NASA in the 1950s led to groundbreaking and successful space missions.
Firefighters got quite the surprise when an injured bear cub was dropped off at a Georgia fire station. Officials say the cub had been hit by a vehicle. Responders quickly went to work providing care for the animal. They even developed a bit of a bond during the process, naming the bear Dawson before turning him over to a wildlife rehabilitation organization. According to a Facebook post, one of the firefighters said, "I wish all my patients were this cute and cuddly." We are happy to report the bear is doing well and now even standing on his own.
Witches and wizards at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter will have to practice their spells and their patience. Wait times have peaked at 10 hours for the park's newest ride, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. The attraction follows the lovable Hogwarts caretaker Hagrid on a journey through the recreated Forbidden Forest. The ride is billed as the longest roller coaster in Florida. Unfortunately, the park's Express Pass is not accepted on this ride quite yet.
10 hours.
Yeah, right?
You go on vacation and you spend 10 hours standing in a line.
It's like you need a lunch with you, like water.
Everything,
like
water.
Your iPhone would run out of battery in that time. I mean,
it must be a good ride.
Well,
it better be.
I'm one of those people who, like, I do not need to see the movie right when it comes out. Like,
yes.
I could wait for the rush to die down,
Yes.
and that's what I would do there. Or I just go to Space Mountain. It's probably empty.
Right.
Go to the front of the line.
Yeah, there you go.
Whatever.
That's the way to do it.
Right? All right. Outside right now, it is cool. Temperatures are in the 40s. I wrote enjoy the day on the 7-day for today, because as you look at the rest of the 7-day, you notice showers and storms are going to become a constant theme here. So enjoy today, the sunshine and a high of 75. We'll talk about the storm chances for the weekend when Good Morning Indiana continues. The time now is 4:57. You're watching RTV6.